Hey guys, we are multiplying numbers in scientific notation today. If you need a review on what scientific notation is, I'll link a video in the corner for you, okay? These are really small numbers, right? Because we have negative exponents, meaning I would move my decimal to the left to get these numbers in standard notation. But we don't need to do that right now. We're going to multiply them, okay? When I multiply numbers that are in scientific notation, the good news is my exponents don't have to be the same. Okay, when I add or subtract these, they do need to be the same, and I might need to make adjustments. But when we multiply them, guess what? We don't care if they're the same. They don't have to be, okay? So what I'm going to do is I am just going to multiply the decimals first, okay? I'm assuming your teacher will probably let you use a calculator, so I'm not going to go through it. If you aren't allowed to use a calculator, I will link a video in the corner that shows you how to multiply decimals if you need that review. Okay, but when I stuck 6.277 times 2.3 in my calculator, I got 14.4371. Okay, now we're going to multiply this times 10 to a certain power, right? That we'll figure out in just a second. And before I do that, I do want to point out also that once I figure out what that exponent is, it won't be our final answer yet. Who wants to be a millionaire? You're probably too young for that. It won't be our final answer yet because we only want one number in front of our decimal. Okay, but we'll worry about that in just a second. So how do I know what 10's exponent is? Well, what I do is I go ahead and add these exponents. Again, if you need an exponent review, I will link one in the corner. So I'm going to add these exponents. So I'm going to have -5 plus a -4. Okay. This is like I borrow $5 from you and then I'm like, dude, I'm so sorry. I got to borrow another $4. Okay. So then I owe you how much? I owe you $9, right? -9. So my 10 is to the power of -9. Okay. But just like we said before, for it to truly be in scientific notation, I only want one number in front of my decimal. Okay. So I want to move this guy to the left one, right? And then kind of the tricky thing is like, okay, is it going to be 10 to the -10th or 10 to the -8th, right? It can be hard to remember which way to go. So we just kind of have to think about it. If I were converting this back to standard notation, right? I would start here and I would go to the left, 9, 1, 2, 3, and keep going till I got 9 spots, right? So if you think about it, when I move over 1, I'm getting closer to my end point, right? So once I move here, I only have to move 8 more times, right? So my final answer is going to be 1.44371 times 10 to the -8th power. Okay. All right. Hopefully that made sense. If you need some more scientific notation videos, I will link a playlist for you. Thanks. Bye.